Welcome to Vitalfoliage, where vitality meets wisdom, and age is just a number. Insulin plays a vital role in your health. It's the hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels, allowing your body to use glucose for energy or store it for later. But when your insulin levels are too high, it can create a cascade of serious health problems, long before your blood sugar shows signs of trouble. Many people walk around for years with chronically elevated insulin, also known as hyperinsulinemia, without even realizing it. It's a hidden danger that can lead to weight gain, fatigue, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. The scary part, you might be experiencing the signs right now. In today's video, we'll uncover 10 warning signs that your insulin levels may be too high, what causes it, and what you can do to start turning things around before it's too late. Constant hunger, even after eating. One of the earliest signs of high insulin is feeling constantly hungry, even right after a meal. Insulin is supposed to help shuttle glucose into your cells so you feel satisfied. But when your insulin is chronically high, your cells can become resistant to it. This means your body isn't effectively using the glucose in your bloodstream, leaving your cells starved for energy. As a result, your brain keeps signaling hunger, even when your stomach is full. Intense cravings for sugar and carbs. If you find yourself craving sweets, breads, pasta, or starchy snacks often, it might not just be a lack of willpower. It could be a sign your insulin is too high. Elevated insulin interferes with your body's ability to regulate blood sugar, leading to frequent spikes and crashes. These blood sugar dips can cause powerful cravings, especially for quick-digesting carbs that temporarily bring glucose back up. 3. Unexplained weight gain, especially around the belly, a silent sign of hormonal imbalance. If you're eating well, exercising regularly, and still struggling to lose weight, or worse, noticing the scale creep upward despite your efforts, there's a good chance your insulin levels may be too high. One of the most common and telling signs of hyperinsulinemia is unexplained weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. This is because insulin is not just a blood sugar regulator, it's also a powerful fat storage hormone. When insulin levels are consistently elevated, your body is essentially stuck in storage mode. Instead of allowing fat to be broken down and used for energy, insulin signals your cells to store excess glucose as fat, particularly in the visceral area, the space surrounding your internal organs. This leads to belly fat accumulation, which is far more than a cosmetic issue. What's especially frustrating is that high insulin can make it very difficult to lose this fat, even when you're cutting calories or exercising consistently. That's because insulin blocks lipolysis, the process by which fat cells release their stored energy. Essentially, your body becomes locked in fat-storing mode, making it resistant to traditional weight loss strategies. 4. Frequent fatigue and low energy. Do you feel tired all the time, especially after meals? High insulin levels may be to blame. When insulin is constantly elevated, it can block your body from using fat as fuel. That leaves you in a situation where you're burning glucose inefficiently, and when that runs low, you crash. This creates a cycle of post-meal sleepiness and energy crashes, despite consuming plenty of calories. Over time, this constant fatigue can affect your productivity, mood, and even your ability to exercise or focus. 5. Trouble losing weight despite dieting. If you've tried multiple diets with little or no success, your issue might not be your calories, it could be your hormones. High insulin essentially locks your fat cells, making it nearly impossible for your body to burn stored fat efficiently. Even a calorie deficit might not work if your insulin remains elevated. Many people who struggle with stubborn weight, especially around the waist, discover that once they control insulin levels, their weight finally begins to drop, even without extreme dieting. 6. Frequent urination and increased thirst. While these are often considered early signs of diabetes, they actually begin much earlier during periods of insulin resistance and high insulin production. When blood sugar becomes unstable and insulin is elevated, the kidneys work harder to get rid of the excess glucose. This leads to more frequent trips to the bathroom. As your body loses fluids, thirst increases, leading to a noticeable uptick in water consumption and urination. If you're always thirsty and always running to the bathroom, this could be a red flag. 7. Dark patches of skin, acanthosis nigricans. One of the more visible signs of high insulin is the development of dark velvety patches of skin, especially around the neck, armpits, or groin. This condition, known as acanthosis nigricans, is directly associated with insulin resistance. Elevated insulin levels stimulate skin cells in pigment-producing cells, causing thickened, discolored patches. Though not harmful in itself, it's a strong indicator that your insulin may be too high, and it's often one of the first outward symptoms doctors look for in pre-diabetic individuals. 8. Brain fog and difficulty concentrating. High insulin doesn't just affect your body, it can affect your brain too. Fluctuations in blood sugar and insulin levels can lead to periods of mental cloudiness, poor concentration, forgetfulness, and brain fog. Your brain needs a steady supply of fuel to function well. When insulin is elevated and blood sugar fluctuates, it creates a roller coaster of energy that your brain struggles to cope with. Over time, this can impact decision-making, memory retention, and even emotional stability. High blood pressure. Few people realize that chronically high insulin levels can contribute directly to hypertension. Insulin affects kidney function and sodium retention, leading to fluid retention and increased blood volume, which can raise blood pressure. In fact, many people with high blood pressure are also insulin resistant, even if they're not overweight. If your blood pressure is creeping up, and you haven't identified a clear cause, elevated insulin could be silently contributing. 10. Low HDL and high triglycerides. A blood test showing low HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol, and high triglycerides is a common sign of insulin resistance and high insulin levels. Insulin influences how your body processes fat, and when it's elevated, it promotes fat storage in the bloodstream as triglycerides. At the same time, HDL may drop. This combination significantly increases the risk for cardiovascular disease, even in people who appear healthy on the outside. If your blood work consistently shows these patterns, insulin might be the root cause. Chronically high insulin is a silent but dangerous condition. It often develops gradually, long before type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome is diagnosed. The good news, it's reversible. By recognizing the early signs, like cravings, fatigue, weight gain, and skin changes, you can take action early and start making lifestyle changes that restore balance. Reducing sugar and refined carbs, increasing physical activity, getting enough sleep, and managing stress are key steps toward lowering insulin naturally. Your body speaks through symptoms, don't ignore them. Pay attention, take control, and protect your long-term health before more serious conditions take hold.